Hello friends, as you are aware, I have started a YouTube channel a few days back, and I'm in transition of its name to IT Varsity from Technology Mentor. So I'm going to add a new playlist uh, uh, to explain how to build an enterprise data warehouse using Hadoop ecosystem. So as part of that, I will this video will be introduction to that series, and here you go. So before getting into the details, I would like to tell you what I will be covering as part of this series. So first, let us start current architecture of enterprise data warehouse. Um, Before getting into the further presentation, I will explain important data warehousing concepts as part of the main course. As part of this introduction video, I would like to explain what will be covered. So let's go ahead. So the current architecture, we have disparate sources. A source can be a OLTP, which is a relational database. It can be a closed mainframe systems, or it can be third-party XML-based external apps. And in the middle, we have EDW or ODS layer, which will be on different databases. So this is one database for ODS, and this is another database for data warehouse. And then to get data from these disparate sources into data warehouse, we have the data integration layer, and typically the data integration layer will be implemented using ETL tools like Informatica or data stage or any other industry standard ETL tool. So we get data from disparate sources through this data integration layer. We will integrate it to first to ODS. This blue arrow is going from data integration layer to ODS, and then we will get data again through data integration layer to data warehouse. So I will explain more about the purpose of ODS, why we have to why you have to pass data through ODS to data warehouse instead of directly passing from source systems to data warehouse. I will explain as part of the main course. And then we have the sometimes we get data directly from the source systems through data integration layer to data warehouse by passing ODS. So this blue arrow represents that. And then we pass the data to reporting layer. So the reporting layer could be any industry standard BI tool like Cognos, MicroStrategy, business objects, etc., which can typically connect to either ODS or data warehouse, and then we can actually provide enterprise reporting to the executive management of the organization to support their decisions for the business. The same thing if we have to build using big data ecosystem, the sources will not change. We will have the same set of sources, and then the EW layer, we will have a Hadoop cluster which will run using multiple nodes. So if you visualize the previous, if you remember the previous slide and this slide, in the previous slide, we have a separate database for ODS, separate database for EDW, and then there is a thick ETL layer which will run its own softwares like Informatica, etc. Here we are consolidating all the three into one. Okay, so we will be using the same Hadoop cluster for ODS. We will be using it for EW, and also they will be used as ETL servers as well. And we have to get data in real time from the source systems. So it's either real time or batch, but we will not do a lot of transformation. We will just get data from the source systems into ODS part of this Hadoop cluster, and then we will run ETL between ODS and EW. And then as of now, reporting out of Hadoop directly, there is no reliable and feasible solution. As the industry standard, BI tools have many capabilities. If you want to use them against the processed data in Hadoop or data warehouse, you need to create a lightweight reporting database. So all the ETL will be done in the Hadoop cluster, and only the processed data will be stored in reporting database. And then you have to connect your reporting tools to this reporting database and generate reports out of it. So the main difference is the reporting database can be anything here. It will be very lightweight to support the enterprise reporting, but the most of the ETL portion will be covered as part of the Hadoop cluster. Okay. This is how we will be building enterprise data warehouse, or we will complement existing enterprise data warehouse using Hadoop ecosystem. And here are the components which will be covered as part of this series. First, we will talk about Hadoop core components. As part of Hadoop core components, we have distributed file system. As the name suggests, it is just a file system. You just have to know how to interact with this file system. Once the data is stored as files in this file system, you will use either a MapReduce solution or a non-MapReduce solution to process the data. And then Hadoop ecosystem have bunch of MapReduce based tools and bunch of non-MapReduce based tools. First, I will cover what MapReduce based tools will be covered as part of this course. So I will be covering Scoop. Scoop will be used to get data from relational databases into Hadoop. So we will be doing extract and load using Scoop into Hadoop. And then we will use Hive for transformation and load, as well as batch reporting. Uh, so you will be learning Hive as well very extensively. Hive occupies the Hive takes the major chunk of this course. So will be at least 60 to 70% of the course will be dedicated to Hive. And then we will be using Woozy workflows. So as the previous picture suggests, we might have to get data from source systems into ODS, and then into enterprise data warehouse, and then into a reporting database. So even for a simple report, you have to have at least 4 discrete jobs, and which needs to be coordinated in a workflow. So Woozy can play a good role in defining those workflows. So we'll be covering the Woozy workflows as well. And then in some cases, Hive or Scoop might not work for our requirements. So we need to be familiar with custom MapReduce. So I will be covering a few topics on custom MapReduce as well, where it will come handy. And if you have to do so when it comes to MapReduce, everything is batch. And if you have to do some interactive reporting as part of our POCs, or even as things evolve, there might be non-MapReduce based solutions using which you can actually run reports directly without having the reporting database as shown in the previous slide. So, as part of the non-MapReduce based solutions, I will be covering Impala. Impala can be used for interactive and ad hoc reporting, and it is a non-MapReduce based tool. So these are the topics that will be covered as part of this series. This series will be at least 16 hours to somewhere between 14 to 16 hours. And you will be learning uh, quite a lot of concepts and techniques using which you can actually successfully implement data warehouse using Hadoop ecosystem. I hope you will enjoy the series. Thank you.